Hello students, today we are going to continue with our second lecture in our chapter 4, that is organizing. We have completed characteristics of organization, concept, what is organization is all about, right? Now we are going to learn today about that what are the steps that are involved in the process of organization, right? See, as per Mr. Peter F. Drucker, that a particular lack of proper formation of the organization, it will lead to what? It will lead to the failure. That means that organization or a business unit, it is not going to sustain for a longer period of time, right? So a systematically work that will be done to accomplish the objective, that is the predetermined objective that has been set in what? That has been set in the planning. Okay, and apart from that, a particular systematized work that will be what? That will be done by the managers, so that the achievement of goal that will become what? That will become easy. And each and every activity in the business unit, in the particular that organization, right, it will going to be what? It will be going to be there in a proper manner and in a smooth way, right? So what are the steps that are involved in the process of planning? Mainly clarification of objectives. See, in the planning it was also that case. What we have done, we have that set the objectives. Here the clarification objectives, it means what? There will be what? There will be sub goals of a department, right? That is a department, a particular various departments, they are going to have their particular subdivisional goals, right? List of functions, that what are the total activities that are going to be carried out in the organization. Departmentation of function, that means that whatever the work allocated or whatever the activities that are going to be done as per the list, it will be what? It will be we can say decentralized, or it will be departmentalized in the specific department. Then to determine the departmental position and the abilities, that who is going to handle which department. Suppose I am masters in production department, and I will be what? I will be handling production department. Then the delegation of power and responsibility, that is that we are learning from the first chapter, that is when the distribution of power and responsibility, it will be there. Establishment of interrelationship, that is what? Yes, there will be what? Specific a formal structure that will be created. So superior and subordinate, that relationship that will be created between whom? Between the upper level management and the lower level management, right? To prepare the organizational chart, right? See, it is necessary so that a layman or a lay person, they can what? They can understand by seeing at the organizational chart, by what is the structure of the organization, who is responsible to whom, and who is answerable to whom. Okay, fine. So let's go in detail. That is first, clarification of objective. See, the main goal and the subdivisional goal, that will be what? That will be we can say that determined on the basis of what? On the basis of the planning, right? See, organization, that is organizing, it starts with what? It starts with the proper goal. And it can be organizational goal, that whether they want to survive, their profit is the motive, or whatever is there, right? As per that objective, a particular division, or we can say departments, they are going to what? They are going to set their objective, right? Say production department, they are going to have that particular key, yes, you are going to produce 2000 number of units. Sales, they are going to have that yes, there will be what? There will be match up of a sales, that they are going to sell the particular 2000 number of units, right? That performance or the work of the specific one single department, that will be what? That will be set, that objective that will be set. And who is going to set that? Obviously the manager, a particular departmental head. Getting my point, right? Then list of functions. See, whatever the things that are going to be, suppose for an example, okay, I am going to what? I am going to involve in a production or a manufacturing business, and what are the activities, like purchase of a raw material, then a particular production will be there, sales will be there, marketing will be there, the proper human resource management, it will be there, right? Who is going to perform which activity, right? And while preparing the list of functions that need to be prepared, right, by, or that need to be performed by each and every person in the company, right, two things that need to keep in mind. First, no work should be left and no work should be repeated. Getting my point, right? So list of function that will be prepared. Okay, suppose the company is starting, right, at what are the activities? Suppose a school is there, right? What are the activities that a school is going to perform, right? That is, they are going to have teachers, they are going to have a principal, administration staff will be there, students, that books and everything, right? So these are the list of functions. So each and every function that need to what? That need to make a particular list. And as per their list, what is the next step? That is departmentation of the function, or we can say that a proper departmentalization of the function, right? Okay, those activity which are related with the production department, that will be assigned to them. Sales department, it will be that assigned to them, right? Marketing, that personnel, everything, right? That the departmentalization, it will be done after the preparation of what? The preparation of the proper list. list of functions we can say, right? So those particular activities, they are what, they are same in the nature, then it will be what, it will be put into the same department, right? Many of the organization, they are going to have what, that production and a purchase department, they are in the same thing, right? Because production is the one who are going to what, who are going to purchase the raw material, they are going to have that particular specific requirement. Getting my point, right? So as per what, as per the particular that department, or that is there, suppose for an example that production department is there and they are going to have the purchase of a raw material, they are going to involve, they are going to purchase the machinery, everything, right? Then those activity, that will be what, that will be assigned to the specific one department. See here that is given, right, that purchase area, sales area, accounts area, right? According to work and according to specialization, it will be, right? It depends the type, size and a nature of a business unit, right? If it is a huge, then that will be what, every more departments it will be there. Getting my point, right? Then to determine departmental position and abilities, that means a single person will be assigned, right, as per the knowledge, as per the skill, that experience that a person is having. As I said, na, suppose I'm having that particular experience in the production department, then I will be assigned to what, I will be assigned to the specific that department, right? I will be appointed, I will be getting that appointment as what, I will be getting the appointment as the departmental head, right? But see, when this thing will be there, when you are assigning the role and a responsibility, or to particular you are determining the position, right? You need to what, you need to keep in mind what is the skill, what is the experience of the particular person. A proper person need to be there who is going to handle all the activities of a specific department. Getting my point, right? Then specific delegation of authority and responsibility. See, after the determining that particular departmental position, right, after deciding that, what you need to do, you need to assign them the particular authority or responsibility. See, as if I am a production head, so I will be taking what, I will be taking each and every decision regarding the what, regarding the production department. So for that, what I will be requirement, I will be requiring that particular authority to take the decision, to take the initiative. If I'm not doing it, if I'm not assignment of that assignment of authority is not there, then what will happen? That obviously whatever the responsibility that is assigned, that is not going to be matched. Understand this thing, that authority and responsibility, they are what, they are that synonyms of each other. That higher the authority, it will always require higher responsibility, right? That higher responsibility will lead to what, it will lead to the higher authority, that yes, the particular departmental head, they need to have what, they need to have that particular authority to fulfill the target that has been set by the top level management. Understand this thing, right? Okay, suppose I'm there, right, I have that target of producing the 2000 number of units, so I will be needed that particular authority. Delegation of authority must be there, so that I will be getting what, I will be getting that particular authority, I will be getting the power to take decision regarding purchase, regarding take actions against those workers who are not working properly, or to, if I need to arrange any kind of the training program or anything, right, I should be having what, I should be having that authority. Getting my point, right? So when you assign some responsibility to the particular departmental head, you need to have what, you need to assign them the authority too, but depending on that particular knowledge, skill and experience of the person. The leadership skill must be seen, right? If that person is not able to fulfill, then obviously there is not going to be what, there is not going to be there. Getting my point, right? Then sixth, that is establishment of inter-relationships, right? See, obviously when you are making the organizational structure, what you are going to do, you are going to create the relationship, that is a superior and a subordinate relationship, right? And accordingly, see, the centralization and decentralization, under that understand the difference between that we have already seen in the second chapter, right? Centralization, that means power in a single hand, whatever the authority and responsibility, that will be in the single person hand. And decentralization, when the size of a unit is large scale business unit, obviously they are going to require what, they are going to require the decentralization, that means delegation of authority and responsibility will be there. And when decentralization will be there, there will be what, there will be creation or a harmonious relationship, or the establishment of harmonious interrelationship between humans, between workers, between managers, as well as by the various levels of management, right? The top level management, they are going to collect the report from the middle level they are going to collect the report from the bottom level, right? And accordance with that, they are going to what, they are going to analyze that whatever the work that has been assigned, it is being performed or not. Getting my point, right? Then to prepare the organizational chart. See, after doing everything what we need to do, that yes, if a person wants to understand what is his role and where he stands amongst the organization, for that the particular organizational chart, it will be prepared. Getting my point, right? It need to be there. Organizational chart, it must be there, right? So that yes, I will be getting the clarity. I am a production departmental head. I will be in the middle level management. Under me, that particular people are working like fellow workers, like supervisors and the workers. Above me, there will be CEO, general manager, or the particular board of directors, right? And that chart must be displayed on the notice board of the company, so that each and every person, each and every employee, each and every manager, they are going to get a particular idea about what idea about the organization, that who is at which position, I am at which position, what are my roles, what are my responsibility, whom I am answerable, whom I need to collect the report from them. Getting my point, right? So that is the organizational chart. Okay, so that's it for today. Any doubt, let me know, right? Questions must be there. If not, then you are not watching the video. That is clearly right. I have seen randomly I will be calling your parents repeatedly. I am saying this, right? I will be calling your parents. Okay, fine, thank you.